to the 5-minute summary of Anyone But You, starring Glenn Powell and what's her bucket?
Sydney Sweeney.
That's right. Directed by Will Gluck. Wow, this is
Yeah.
the modern foray into the old school rom-com, but it's rated R, so they can say in it.
And have boobies.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to find out in the next segment, but I don't know if rom-coms benefit from being rated R. I'm not sure if that's a positive aspect of, I don't know if that's helping them out.
Concept. That's a great point, Matt. I can't wait to dive into that after this snap synopsis.
Snap synopsis. So, Snap Synopsis works where Joe and I have 5 minutes on the clock. We, generally speaking, will alternate minute by minute on who starts. And since I started last week, I'm going to make Joe start this week. Also, because this movie is interesting. So, ready, Joe? You're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sydney Sweeney, a.k.a. B, is in a rush. She's trying to go pee in this coffee shop in this little pavilion. She goes in. This barista won't let her go pee unless she's a paying customer, which she's not. And then Glenn Powell, a.k.a. Ben, who's right there, pretends that she's his wife, and as he's ordering, asks for the key to the bathroom. From there, they have a super cute little day together, and they start enjoying each other's company, and then they head back to Ben's house, and for the evening they just spend the night chatting and fall asleep on the couch talking together. But the next morning, B gets up and leaves kind of shadily, pretending like it's a one-night stand and not a relationship that she'd like to pursue. And so she doesn't wake Ben up, and she makes her way out because she's nervous, and this is a new thing for her. But then Ben
is just like very kind of offended. He bore his soul. He opened himself up to this lady, and she just skipped out. And so she calls her friend, and she tells him all about this guy that she really likes. And she's like, what am I doing? She comes on back to the house. And meanwhile, Ben is talking to Gata, and he's pretty sad. So he says some mean stuff about her behind her back that she overhears. Cut to 6 months later. They are at a bar, and they exchange what I think was intended to be witty banter about how much they hate each other. Because guess what? Sydney Sweeney's sister is marrying Ben's best friend's sister?
Yeah, best friend, sister. They're all kind of friends.
Yeah, they're all kind of like a crew of friends, and they're going to Australia to get married, and so they all have to go and be in Australia together. And it's clear that Ben and Bay really hate each other. Joe, what happens next?
So they get to Australia for this destination wedding, and Ben and B are really snipping at each other, but the rest of the family says that in order for the weekends to go well, they have to do everything they can to hook Ben and B up. So they're kind of conniving to set the two of them up together. Ben sees this other Australian girl that he used to date in the past, and he kind of wants to get back with her, but Ben and B kind of wind up pretending to date because B's parents bring in her ex-boyfriend to try and rekindle that relationship. So a whole bunch of cluster going on. But
yeah,
Ben
they're trying
to
make sure that they're trying to make the old guy jealous, or no, keep her away from the old guy, and then make his girl that he likes jealous. Continue.
Yeah,
or I can start actually from this point.
Take it over.
Yeah, so a bunch of shenanigans go on. You know, the family tries to get them to like be together. Then they realize, oh, this is in our best interest. So then they pretend to be together, and they go like pretty hog wild with it. I think they put like the PDA gets way out of hand on a hike one day. He does the Titanic thing on a cruise that they go on. They go on like a nice little fancy river cruise. And they do the little Titanic thing, and the whole family's like, oh, they're in love for real. It's real, everybody. And then they fall. Well, Sydney Sweeney falls off the boat, and he swims to be with her. And they have, some nice conversations, and then they have a moment for real where they actually, like, hook up for love, and they, like, have this very special and tender moment. And then for some reason, she says something like super bitchy, and then he just like scampers off in the middle of the night. And I don't understand what happened or why. 1 minute left, Joe. It's all you.
Yeah, I also don't really remember like the importance of that scene, but basically they're at odds with each other once again. They are frustrated with each other. They accidentally let the dog knock over the beautiful wedding cake.
Ugh, like
Bride
you
and
do.
bride are pissed about it, and then they have to get that fixed. But then the wedding happens, and it's super cute. And while they're there, Ben realizes that he does really love B and want to be with her, but
And the
then
girl that he was super into like kisses him, and he's like, no.
he didn't want it, but B sees it and thinks he did, and so she gets all butthurt and goes and leaves, heads off to the opera house. Ben realizes that he does love her, so he jumps into the bay, catches a relief helicopter flight over to the opera house, runs over to her, and he professes his love for her, and they get together.
And then they sing Unwritten by that one lady.
Yeah.
Honestly, Joe, that was timed so well. We did very good at keeping that super tight. So that's our 5-minute snap synopsis of Anyone But You. If you haven't seen the movie, now you know kind of what's going on in it. Check us out on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or you can also check out some of our older episodes here on YouTube. So like and subscribe, comment to get on the show. Goodbye, YouTubers.